Well, g'day everybody, welcome back to the channel. Just a few more things to unload. Well, sorry guys, we had the agronomist out here this morning. We did a big drive around all of our broadleaf crops, beans, vetch, canola, all of that stuff. Got a whole bunch of recommendations here. I've just been in getting all the products that I need and dropping them out here because that program needs to commence at full speed at the moment. Some of the ryegrass is starting to get big enough, and the bigger it gets, the harder it is to kill. So yeah, it's time to hook into it. Unfortunately, conditions are not great at the moment for grass freeing. The paddocks are really dry on top, so it's going to be dusty. And we've had two massive frosts in a row, followed up by a moderate one last night. And yeah, frost is not good when you're trying to do this job because it slows down the plants that you're trying to kill and they're not actively growing. So yeah, look, the frost, hopefully we should miss out tonight. It's supposed to get down to maybe 2 or 3. So there's still a chance that we could get some frost, but hopefully not. And then yeah, I'll be able to commence going at that job as hard as I can tomorrow. So anyway, that's a quick update for you guys of what's happening. Alright, I guess we'll get back to trying to box up a bit of this stuff, finish cleaning up and get it all away. She's all washed up, just need to throw some grease into this thing, and there's a few things actually that I already know that I need to repair. Got a bolt missing out of there, don't know where that's gone, but I've noticed a bolt I think missing out of one of the press wheels as well, and so yeah, we'll just go over it, fix anything obvious on it before we get her back in the shed. But today and Saturday are my days. I'm hitting the grass freeing hard now. The wind is on edge enough today, but it's supposed to have peaked now and be declining for the rest of the day, and Saturday's going to be even better. Got a northerly today, so there's some paddocks I can spray, some I can't, and then on Saturday I got a southerly, so I'll be able to go hit all the other paddocks that I can't get today. But I won't get it all done, I'll be about 3/4 done, and yeah, it's just I got to keep an eye on winds and stuff like that, so I'm not getting drift and damaging any crops nearby or anything. So let's go. Nitro, didn't really think about that one. If you want to go check the coolant in the top of the radiator cap, you got to be at least 6 foot tall to reach over there. Well, I wasn't going to bore you guys with any commentary from the cab. I was going to put the drone up at some stage today, but I think the heater tap's jammed open on this sprayer, and when the aircon's on, it is just pumping out the hottest possible air you can imagine. So it's got to be like 40 degrees in this cab at the moment. I've turned the aircon off, but it's still just, it's a glass box, and the sun's shining today. It's supposed to be 17 degrees. So I think when we get back, we're just near the shed there, so once we go back past, I think I'm going to see if I can find the heater hoses and see if I can clamp them off, because that's what it's got to be. Can't be anything else. It's just blowing out stinking hot air. I mean, she is set to low, and that air is just hot. Hot, hot, hot. I'm about ready to get my shirt off in here. Alright, let's keep moving, see if that makes a difference. Oh, it's so hot in there. See what it does now with that blocked off. Well, it took a bloody long time to dissipate the heat out of that heater core, but it is finally cooling down. We're blowing a little bit of cool air. I was starting to get really uncomfortable in here. It was just the sun's belching in down through the side of the glass, and that was blowing out probably 60-degree air, I reckon. It was shocking. So anyway, at least we know what's wrong with it. That's good. But it looks like this tank's almost empty, so we're going to run back, fill up, and come and finish this paddock. Well folks, that was a successful day in the sprayer. Another big day on Saturday, and that'll leave me with one paddock of vetch and one paddock of peas to go, I think. So, but they're a little bit later, those two paddocks, so I'll have to assess those later on. Now, I did find out how much a new heater tap was for the sprayer. They got one in stock actually over there, I think, and it was like $1,500. So the way the season's going at the moment, I think I might just leave that clamped off for now. Well, I got sick of filming all those grease nipples then, so I've only filmed about half of them. I've still got quite a few to hit, but we're going to lower the bar down onto the ground, get some weight off the wheels, and then we're going to check some wheel bearings and stuff like that while we're at it. So at the end of every year, you've got to check how much play is in these casters here. If there's too much play, there's a nut. You know, you can see that up the top. You've got to tighten that down a little bit. But if you tighten it too much, these won't spin freely from side to side. So it's a bit of a balancing act. But I reckon there's a little bit of play in that, but I think if I tighten it, it's probably going to tighten it too much. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll adjust it and see what it does. Feels good, they feel good. It's really good to get the weight off something like this when you're greasing it, so the grease goes all the way around the pin, and it's the same up there on the pivots. You can see if I grease it with the weight on it, all the grease just gets squeezed out of one spot. It doesn't really lubricate the whole pin, so I do try to do that. I often don't during the middle of seeding, but yeah, this time of the year when I've got a bit of time, try and grease it up well. And of course this little guy I can't get that other grease gun onto, so it's the hand grease gun that has to do the job. Alright, now just to do that another 3 more times. Alright folks, let's see if we can adjust this caster wheel and get some slop out of it. try to go one more hole, but I think that's going to be, I reckon it might be a bit tight. Yeah, I can feel that getting real tight now. So you'll find, had a little bit of slop on it, in it on that last hole, and spun nice and free, but now, oh no, that's way too tight. So there you go, proved me wrong. I can adjust this one up a hole. Look at that hammer. Makes a good hammer, doesn't it? Alright guys, so I generally like to have things pretty well cleaned up and maintained, ready to go before they go back in the shed. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just going to keep chipping away at a bunch of small jobs on here, but we've got it washed down, greased, wheel bearings checked, and we've checked all these caster wheels on the front as well. So they're all done, ticked off the list, beautiful. I think most of the hoses on here are okay. I do have a broken bolt off the frame there. We don't have one that size here, so I think I'm gonna have to make a trip to town. And I've also got another one there off the press wheel that's one's missing. So we'll go in, if I can spit that out, and we'll get a few of each and just put them on the shelf for next time. Bolts acquired. And of course I'm going to have to loosen that top one. I didn't really have the right size bolt for this one. It's 10mm too long, but we've got to take what we can get. Oh my. You took a tumble, did you? Oh my.
Tried to turn around too sharp, hey?
That's what happens when you get too confident. It truly amazes me how much stuff works loose on these things. Oh yeah, lucky it's not a truck driving down the road. Where do you want to go?
You tell Dad where you want to go.
Oh wow, isn't that awesome? They really make that accessible, don't they? How are you supposed to get anything onto that? You get the top one. The top one's alright.
Dad, did you go to the pub for your birthday?
Yeah, I guess so. Sounds good. They probably need some new lock nuts or some Loctite or something on there to stop them from working loose again, but they're tight for now. Next job, should I choose to accept it? Well, I have to accept it because it needs to be done. But what happened when we were seeding is we basically lost one of these press wheels. Well, we didn't really lose it, it was still attached, but this part, the spring and that had come off. And what happens is we seem to be having trouble with these roll pins working their way out slowly. They work their way out, and then this pin here falls out of this arm, and the whole arm just dangles down like a noodle. So what I'm going to do, and what I found when that one came apart, is there's a sacrificial bush here, and you might be able to see it in there. They're really badly worn. So what we got here is a whole new bunch of those bushings to go in here. So we're going to knock out our roll pins, loosen this up, pull this spring arm up. We're going to put some new bushes in, put it all back together, put the roll pins back in. Might even put a little bit of low strength Loctite on them just to hold them in place. So let's do it. So we'll do one in slow motion, or regular motion I should say, and then we'll speed things up a bit. But I'm going to take a measurement of this here because I think I'm going to have to loosen this, and that's about 76mm, so that is lovely. Oh no! I don't seem to be able to get that punch out, but anyway, we'll loosen this up a bit. I'll see if that helps. There we go. And there we go, that's our sacrificial bush, absolutely stuffed. So we'll get a few new ones of these in there, get them all back together. That's the annoying thing. Probably need to get some longer roll pins for here because they have to literally sit flush to be through evenly from side to side. So anyway. All right, there we go. That's one done. 6 to go. Alright, so I got them all done apart from the one on this very end here, and this is the one that we lost during seeding time, and we've got a makeshift bush in here which I really want to change, but that pin, this pin here, does not want to come out, so I've just brought it around the other side here so I can get to the oxy. I might heat it up. I thought I'll just leave it because the other bush looks alright, and that, you know, homemade one we put in there's got plenty of meat on it, but the problem is that's loose inside there, so it's just going to flog the hole out. I think I really need to get that changed, so we'll try and get that pin out. We'll see how we go. Be a funny bugger, are you? I've got an idea, actually. I've got an idea. It doesn't go all the way through. I thought I might be able to get through and punch it out. Well, this has been a slight hiccup in the program today. That's it there. That's where I was at. Drilling down through it, trying to drill it out because it was just in there. I could not get it to budge. In the end, I actually drilled a hole straight through there, and then I just knocked it out with a punch. I don't know, you guys might not be able to see that, but there you go. Now, because that has annoyed me to absolutely no end, I'm gonna have a short break from there and might as well go fuel the sprayer and fill the flush tank and make sure that's all ready to go for Saturday morning. And I'm pretty sure the GoPro battery went flat just at the end of the last clip there where I was showing you guys the hole. But anyway. Look, I'm not proud of it, but I did it, so I'm just patching it up. I don't know if you guys noticed, but we're in pretty bad drought at the moment, so we're going to try and make things last. So basically there's like a bit of a knob of weld down there on the inside of this, and that's why I couldn't get this thing back out. It was sitting on there. So I took that down in there and just sort of ground a little bit out gently, and now she slides straight in there, so no problems at all. Spins, so that'll come out nice and easy next time. And the other side, exactly the same. So looks good. Let's get it back together. We are starting to run out of things to do there, so that is fantastic. Few odds and ends, but I think what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go around, we'll try and get that air seeder back in the shed. I was going to use the track tractor, but look, I'm still not done there, and I want the air seeder back in the shed because it's kind of blocking up one doorway, so we'll try and throw the loader on it, get it shimmied in to the back of the shed, and yeah, there's still jobs to do to that, but I'm really pushing hard to try and get these two items ready, like the air seeder and the bar, ready to turn dirt again next year. So apart from grass freeing, that's sort of really what I'm prioritising at the moment. How strong are you, strong man? Let's see how I go reversing this, how many attempts it takes me. I think we got it. It only took me about 10 goes. I just didn't want to actually get it too close to that side of the shed because I want to be able to walk past the wheels that way if I'm doing a bit of work to it, but I think that's pretty good. Right, let's see how long that lasts before I snap it again. Don't ask me where the cover is for it, that took a hike. Well, this thing's ready to go for a big day of spraying on Saturday. And I'm also ready to go. I'm going to call it a day. Well, I'm not really going to call it a day. I'm going to go put this footage in the computer and start editing it so you guys have a video this weekend. But anyway, I just want to say thanks to everyone for watching. We really do appreciate it. If you want to support the work we're doing here, just consider liking and subscribing because that really helps us out. You guys have yourselves a good one. Till next time, see ya.